Okay, let's unfold this one slowly. We're only 20 minutes into this video, so I'm going to step through. Do you notice anything in this field that you would think would be a comet? This is a mere 0.1 second exposure, the equivalent to about a 4-inch scope. And this is one of the galaxies that I would have suspected, especially if it were culminating, that could have been discovered by Charles Messier or Pierre, I believe his name was Pierre Méchain. And we can see the galaxy right there. It's NGC2903, a galaxy in Leo, and I'm going to go ahead and increase the exposure time to tell you more about it. Okay, doubling the exposure time to 0.2 seconds adds about half the aperture. So now we've gone from a 4-inch scope to a 6-inch scope, and usually adds about 0.8 magnitudes of reach. Now we're seeing the core of NGC2903 plus some extensions. NGC2903 is a magnitude 9 galaxy. It's 12 by 5.6 arc minutes in apparent size. Let's try skipping it up again. Okay, here's a 0.5 second exposure, which basically doubles the, 0.2 to 0.5 would basically add, let's call it a 10-inch scope. This is a 10-inch scope view of NGC2903. It's a low magnification. Let's push it up a little bit. And there we see it at 45. Let's go to our standard 75x view and then push it up to 105x, which is quite effective magnification for most views through the ZWO system. And then let's try a longer exposure time. A 1-second exposure time starts to reveal much more in the way of texture and extension in this NGC2903, which is a spiral with a bar and lowercase bc, so it's not particularly evolved. And it's a mere 28 million light years distant, but that puts it about the size of our Milky Way, probably a little larger, approaching 100,000 light years in diameter. We're now operating at a 1-second exposure, which basically is, 1 second, 0.2, and a 1, a double, 6, probably about a 14-inch scope right now. Okay, here's our 2-second exposure, pushing it up to 105x. Now we're really getting some sense of extension in the galaxy. It looks much more ovular in appearance now, although it's rather distended. So this is NGC2903 at right ascension, 9 hours, 32 minutes, 9 seconds with a declination of plus 21 degrees, 30 minutes, and 3 seconds. And we should start seeing this culminate sometime, I believe, right around April 1st. Okay, I'm just gonna push it up a little bit before I go ahead and bail. Let's just go right to a 30-second exposure. We'll go by way of 10. Let's just continue doing it the way we're doing it. Okay, here's our 5-second exposure, but remember, we're not getting any stacks yet, and it's going to get better with a few more stacks. We've got 2 of them done, none ignored. Notice how it really begins to pop with each stack as it gathers more photons where it's illuminated and it tries to filter out photons where it isn't. Here's our first stack of a 10-second exposure. That is really starting to pop some real significant texture out of the galaxy, is it not? Let's try a 30. Here's our first stack of a 30-second exposure, and I probably should start playing. Now I'm going to let the histogram continue to do its own thing. Once you start mucking with it, you got to keep mucking with it. So let's leave it at that. Let's try. Let's see if we can get another third stack here. Actually, it'll be 2. It shows 1 initially, and see what happens to it. Okay, There, we're now starting to see spiralicity well extended from the core region of the galaxy. Look at that. What we're seeing here is a single stack of a 60-second exposure. The tracking must be really good. The stars are not comatose at this point. Look at the beauty of this spiralicity. Wow. Okay, so this is going to be our Carpe Noctem view. I will play with the histogram to see if we can't make it a little more eye-popping. I think that's pretty good. Maybe not. Right about there. This is the two touch points that I use on the histogram when I do it manually. So we are looking at NGC2903, a galaxy in Leo, magnitude 9, 12 by 5.6 arc minutes in size. Spiral with a bar, lowercase bc, 28 million light years distant, RA 93209, declination plus 21 degrees, 30 minutes and 3 seconds. And if you go to Steve Gottlieb's Adventures in Deep Space.com, we just got our second stack, you will see that he has automatically programmed in to his user interface, guess what? NGC 2903, where you can collect all the data you want on this magnificent spiral galaxy, which is probably about that. I don't know. I think our galaxy may be a little more evolved. It may be an SAB, as well as the Messier galaxy. So our core is a little more expansive, and the spiral arms go out a bit further. So this one is still learning how to wrap its arms around itself so it can say to all the universe, Carpe Noctem.